I'll make this video on intuitive eating and just eating in general. Now, the biggest thing here is like when you're dieting and everything, a diet's a diet. Make it a diet. Obviously, in your off season, you don't want to get fat as hell. That is not what you want to do. But it is okay to put on body fat. It is okay to, but you don't want to be like obese. Obviously, as long as you're working out and you're not like completely overeating, then you're not going to get like obese. Yeah, you're going to put on maybe a good amount of fat, a little bit of fluff, but like if anything, that's putting your body in the most anabolic environment, like the most growth potential environment to when you go to the gym and push it as hard as you can. So that is good. Now with intuitive eating, people are like, well, intuitive eat and they don't know how much they're eating at all. I don't necessarily agree. Now, if you're trying to bulk, get muscle size, intuitive eating is good to a certain extent. So I would track and hit your protein goal and then hit your fats, hit your carbs, but intuitively eat with that as well. If you don't know exactly what's in something, eyeball it, put it in there, and then on top of what you're tracking so you know what's going in. So intuitive eating on bulking, some people do that and they can actually make great results. That's what I am doing right now. Some people are skinny and they try to intuitively eat and everything, and they just don't realize what's in food. They don't have a general sense of how their body reacts to food, certain fats, certain carbs, and that's something you have to pay attention to. So once you get into the phase of what your body's doing and you know how your body's working against with food, and you've tracked before and you understand how calories affect your body, that's when you can start being a little loose with it, but you're still dialed in. Especially in the off season when you're trying to put on size, put on muscle, that's where you want to be at. When you're dieting, I would just diet, track everything, get down, dice, and then get to in a gaining phase again. So right now I'm about to have like some lasagna that like someone made, and I'm just eating it like from my family. Like they made lasagna, and I'm about to eat it right now. So I'm about to plug it into my calculator or in my macros, but I don't know exactly what's in there. So I'm going to guesstimate. And I know this is fine because I'm bulking and I'm trying to put on size, so it's okay to have a little bit here and there where I don't know the exact numbers. That's fine. But only after you put in the work of dieting down, and also when you put in the work of like just knowing your body in general. If you don't know your body, then how are you going to be able to be loose with things or know? It's all about experience and knowledge. And it comes down to it is experience. Once you've experienced it and you've been through it and you understand how food works with your body, then you can start trying to intuitively eat on top of tracking. Because I do track. Like I'll track 99.9% of my stuff, but if it's something that I can't really necessarily track, like this lasagna, then I will just eat the lasagna and then I will try to input as much as I can. But anything else I eat that I can track, I will track on top of that. Reason for doing this is so you know that you're hitting your goal. At the bare minimum, you're hitting your goal. And then a little bit extra is a little bit extra, more anabolic environment for you. And obviously try to hit your slight surplus and then fill in some foods if you have to. Now, tracking food and everything, you're going to want to get a scale. I got one right here. And just 99% of the stuff you want to weigh. So most of the stuff you have is to weigh because you want to be hitting your goals. But having things here and there is not going to fucking kill you as long as you're going to the gym, pushing weight, and you're actually trying to contract the muscle you're trying to hit and everything along those lines, and you're not trying to be like some, like, if you're in the endeavor, like, you want to be a bodybuilder, like, that's good. You can do that. But if you're going to go down the route, you probably want to dial it in even more and track every single thing going into your body. But if you're just trying to get generally bigger, it's not going to hurt to have a little bit of extra food in a bulk as well. You might gain a little bit more fat, but you're still not going to, you're still going to gain the muscle. Like, the muscle's there. If anything, it's putting you in a more anabolic environment to gain muscle, and losing fat, in my opinion and most people's opinion, is a lot easier when you're in a more healthy state, gaining the fat and everything, then cutting down, because all you have to do, hit it, optimal, boom, get down, aggressive diet, get down all that fat as much as you can so you can get back into a main gaining phase, or, not main gaining, a bulking phase, a massing phase, not main gaining, and so you can push more weight, everything. And the way to track everything in the gym is you want to be moving more weight, but you want to be contracting the intended muscle plus pump and everything. So like if I'm doing chest, like today, like I switched from bench to dumbbell bench because when I tried benching, I could bench, but like I didn't even really feel it in my chest. I felt like half in my chest, and like the other half was like effort in my arms and like my shoulders. So it's like I switched to dumbbells today, and I just did like the 50, like the 60s for 8, and like I felt fucking amazing. Like I felt good. Like I felt like my chest was actually working. Now I could have just went on the 60s and then 70s and boom, boom, boom. But I was like, I'm gonna go to 60s, and I can actually feel my chest contracting. Like instead of like just throwing my arm out, like I'm actually like almost trying to contract my chest into pushing it. So because it's bodybuilding, you're not powerlifting. You want to build the intended muscle, target the intended muscle. So you want to be using that muscle. You don't want to be trying to use your arms and everything. So you just want to be contracting here, and you want this to be the limiting factor because you're trying to work this, not your arms, everything. And if you're throwing it around using too much momentum, it's not good. So because you're not, hitting the right muscle right. So again, with intuitive eating, it's not going to kill you. I would only, especially like I'm 18 now, I'm going to be in a massing phase majority of the time because I'm young. I can put on the size, the muscle, the testosterone of being young and everything. So if you're young, unless you're like morbidly obese or like just maybe you're not healthy in your body image, like you think you could lose fat, then go ahead and do it. Like it's your choice ultimately. It's your choice you want to do. And especially if you're a beginner, you can lose fat and gain muscle. So during my massing phase, obviously I'm going to have some sort of cut or an aggressive cut so I can, get the fat off and have my muscle and then go right back into it because I want to be able to put on as much size as I can while I'm young, while I can do it a lot more efficiently than when I'm older and such, and it will slow down. So because I'm young, your body's susceptible to just wanting to put on size. For me personally, like I eat everything. Like I could gain like 5 pounds in a week if I really wanted to. That's why the intuitive eating, like you have to know with your body and everything, because I'll eat, like right now I'm on 2,200 calories, and for like I'm just kind of settling out, seeing what slowly goes up the scale, and I'm slowly increasing to I want the rate I want, because I don't want to put on too much fat. But intuitive eating as well is okay. It's not, you're not gonna make a crazy difference. It'll all even out. The consistency that's there is what wins. That's what wins. So like say Sunday you have a chocolate fucking cake, on fucking Friday that's not going to matter if Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday you're hitting your goal, and that's exact, and that's what you're hitting consistently. So don't think too much about it in that regard. Track your macros, be a little loose with it. Don't develop an eating disorder like I did when I did, or I don't even know if you want to say it wasn't, it wasn't like a diet, it was like a self-diagnosed. Like I had a bad relationship with food, and it happens to bodybuilders, especially after prep and stuff. It's about just letting yourself being able to eat, and that might be hard hearing that right now. I know it might be hard hearing that right now if you have like an eating disorder, or if you have one that's about to happen, or you have a bad relationship with food, and it sucks to hear that, but you have to realize you can eat, it's fine. And if anything, if you're a beginner, you probably don't even have enough size to cut down and have muscle to show. So cutting down, you would just be putting yourself in a healthy body fat percentage, which is good. You can do that. That's fine. Or you can bulk up and then cut down. But if you're a beginner, I recommend cutting down and building muscle at the same time, because you can do that since you're a beginner. So I would go ahead and do that. If you're like intermediate, then it's like you're not going to make as much gains when you're cutting down. Unfortunately, you're not going to make much. The glycogen, you're going to feel flat, but in return, you're going to have less fat. And then when you go to bulk up, it's going to be amazing. So just if you're cutting now, think about at the end, I'm going to be able to be a massing phase. I'm going to put on with this size. You know what I mean? You put on that size. So that's how I would think of that when you're cutting. Being like, hey, I'm shutting this fat off real quick. And then massing, it's just fun. It's just fun. You're going in there, you're shoving weight, you're eating food. It's amazing. So, yeah, so macros, be loose with everything. Or not loose with everything, but you can eat, bro. You can eat. Don't develop an eating disorder. And intuitive eating is good, but like mixed with tracking. Like this lasagna I'm eating. But it's not good in the fact, like, if I was only to intuitively eat, like, then consistently I'm not going to make gains. Like, just because I don't know what's going on in my body. I don't know it. I don't know like around the protein and carb. Like you have to kind of educate yourself on that, and then you can intuitively eat with macro tracking. Like it's okay to be a little loose with it. You can eat. Okay, you're a human being, and the diet's a diet. Diet down. Get back to massing. So if you like this video, boom, like it. Boom, subscribe. So a little quick video of me just talking. Now I'm about to fuck up this lasagna, and yeah. Hope to help you guys, hope to provide value. You know, any questions, comments, leave them below. I hope this video helped you sincerely. Like I'm trying to help people. I'm trying to help y'all, help people eat. You know, not develop an eating disorder. You know, be healthy body image. So, yeah, I'll see you guys. I'm gonna eat this lasagna. Peace.